Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good. Actually, I slept great. I was able to fall asleep earlier and get up with the sun, and that just made my day much better. Well, yesterday, a friend of ours was going to come over and help put that rubber up on my kitty house, and we got it in the bucket of the tractor, and Doug got up on top, and I got on a ladder, which I'm afraid of. I almost fell off of 27-foot scaffolding, and I did fall when I was painting a house one time off a 18-foot ladder. And I've just been busted up so much. My arm and shoulder are still healing. So even to have the strength to grab on there and pull myself up, it was scary. But um, yeah, we got it up there, and then our friend had said, well, he'd be over in a half hour, and it was a little bit, quite a bit longer than that. And when he did show up and we already had it up there, I go, figures you'd show up when we're all done. And the look on his face, because this is a really nice person, and just was precious. And then I go, I'm just kidding. I go, thank you, for showing up, because he would have done it whether or not I was out there to help or not. So that was just nice that he did show up. But then after that, he got stuck with his van and had to have Doug help him get it out. So um, one hand washes the other type of thing. So, but I did sleep better just knowing that every bit of that top of that kitty house is secure and waterproof. So I hear Doug just stomping his feet coming in, so I might have to get interrupted. I'll let you know. I bet he's going to see if I'm coming out to work, which I have intentions of doing later. At least I think I do. Yeah, thinking on it. But yeah, I have days ahead now that I can work on the inside of there, and it'll be okay. So, but oh, okay. What's on my mind today is the um veterans that are in need of mental health care are going to be denied their health care if they do not get the vaccine. That's just flat evil. There's no other way to say it like that. I mean, even with like the nom vets, they did everything within their power to try and not help these people. I'm about as anti-war and anti-military as you can get for various different reasons. Um, but I don't care who it is as a person to deny them health care for any reason. That's that is evil. There really is. I don't know how these people can even take another breath and think they deserve it. That's really how I feel about them. They're sick. This administration that we have really think they're human beings. I don't. They don't have me fooled. There's very few human beings on this planet. There's probably 144,000 of us. That's probably about it. And most of them didn't even realize that there was a difference in peoples in the world, with the world being so empty and satanistic the way it is right now. So they're just vessels. I mean, I have to keep reminding myself that, you know, it's not a nice thing to live with or think, but it is true. And I won't let my guard down ever again. If something good happens, fine. I just know that the dark, forced, controlled people mimic the light in order to dupe people to fool you. And I'm not fooled and I'm not buying it. If they do something nice and sweet, good. Hey, good. You know, but I won't fall for it again. You know, not after this long of being alive and seeing all this over and over and over again. It's, I can't stand it. You know, so anyway. We have a kind of a colder and gloomy day. Yesterday was really, really nice out. I loved it. Um, Today, not so much, a little colder, like I said. So, um, yeah, but I don't know. I know where this world is heading. I mean, just when you think they couldn't stoop any lower, they lower the bar. And if you can still crawl under it, or they can, rather, on their bellies, you know, it's just sickening. And I do have a saying I just started saying, not the part a leopard never changes its spot, the part unless you skin it, then it'll change its spots. I think you've heard me say that the last couple weeks or so. It's like that. I'll stick with that. I believe that. I have never seen a person that I consider dark cabal or narcissistic in any way like that, controlled by demons or are personally demons that change. They just don't. They make you think that they're okay and things are going to get better. And you'll go like that for maybe, I think the longest they can stand it is a few days, maybe a week. If you go about a month, wow, that's got to be a record. I have never seen that. I think the longest I've actually seen is probably 3 days, and then they're just chomping at the bit to be a piece of crap, you know. So, from my observations with these type of people, you know, they really cannot control their the mental train they're on, you know. And then there's, you know, the like gaslighting, crazy making type of stuff they do, talking in circles. That only makes them feel better. It gives them some sense of control over you to try and trip you up and fool you and that type of thing. But when you know you're walking with God and you have a stable mind, that just makes them feel superior to hide their shame. It really doesn't do anything else besides, you know, keep like make an argument where there was no argument, you know. So I do want to speak more on that in a second here. Excuse me. I'm gonna light a cigarette too. Um, yeah, because I know a lot of people that are living with others that are like that, and they'll bring up some kind of subject, or you could just innocently say something and they'll turn it into another subject, and then pretty soon you said something. Okay, here's one. um, Doug says to me something about the political arena, and I'll say, I don't care, or oh, you don't care about the truth. How did I say that? You know, or I don't want to hear it. I don't care right now. You know, and then it will turn into something else, that I don't care about the truth, and then I must love the evil or the evil people in particular if he's naming names. Or here's another one that happened like last night. Of course, I know about the dark cabal. Nobody has to tell me about that type of thing. So he went to tell me something, And I said, and he said, um, who else is going to tell you? And I said, well, you didn't tell me. I meant, like I knew it from childhood, but he took and ran with the you didn't tell me thing. Well, I just told you, and I've been telling you all along. It's like, shut it down. Mentally handicapped, you know? Well, no, evilly led, you know? Just little things like that they can jump on whenever they want to or feel like they can, you know? And if you let your guard down, if you don't know that your points and your mind is well balanced and you're stronger, they have to acquire help to try and bring you down and try and trip you up. And the forces of evil literally will help them come up with nasty words to hurt you or whatever. You don't have that help, but you're stronger all by yourself. Then when they do something sweet or nice, just keep in mind they're mimicking you. They're mimicking your sweetness that they literally admire in you, that they have to copy because they don't have that for themselves. So, and this is all true what I'm saying. You know, there's more people out there that deal with the psychosis of it, and it could maybe not even be narcissism. It could be um, maybe I don't really believe in split personalities. I have a woman that's a friend of mine, and she's a Gemini, and on Facebook. I don't know her in person, but she talks about like if she's depressed, that like that's her split personality or whatever. Yeah, it's like no, we all have our good or our bad sides, and it's still us. That's who we are. I mean, if we have evil intent, well, that's not who you're meant to be, you know. So, I find something like that kind of handy as an excuse to act sort of crappy. you know, that's my observation in that. So yeah, I know she's really lonely. I do know that much. A lot of us are, but oh, I don't know. Okay, I think I better leave it right there before I say something mean that I won't probably regret it. But you know, I don't want to hurt nobody, especially if they're undeserving or even if they are. Sometimes it's better left unsaid. Maybe another time. So, anyway, so yeah. I know the kitties were warmer last night too, so that's a plus. Yeah. Well, just a minute. Isn't that crappy though? Them denying, excuse me, denying veterans or anybody health care, their mental health care, denying veterans their mental health care that they need, like from their trauma or injuries or whatever, you know, that's sick. They are stooping way low with this, you know. They're planned genocide against us, you know. People will see, you know, all the agendas, you know, people see the part of the problem was George Orwell's books and people pushing that this other type of person is like reptilian or whatever or aliens, and not that they dirtied their blood from their thoughts and their actions, but they're like they're literally a different species. They're not. And I've said that before, but these things like Orwell's book and whatnot, that's, you know, here, predictive programming, this isn't going to help explain to somebody what really is going on. That makes it look more fictitious. It makes it look fake, like, oh yeah, they wrote a book and it was science fiction, so now everybody's just jumping on that, and that's, it's not helping the cause, you know, it really doesn't. So I don't know. I know I've mentioned that before, but I mean I still see it out there, and it's funny to me that other people don't kind of see it like that and realize that. It's not cute or funny that somebody that was affiliated with the Illuminati wrote a book about it, you know, about what's happening today. I don't see that funny at all. No humor, you know. So pretty sad, you know, really. So I know there's not to have hospitals open for even like a broken bone or anything unless you get the jab. That's you know, that's inhumane. That's why not just have a clinic for people? If there's like a doctor or a nurse that I know in particular that would gladly work in a clinic and help people like they swore to do, and that's what they always wanted to do. Now they're even restricted from having their jobs. Why not take those people and put them in a clinic and help the people that do not want to have this done to them? You know, well, we know why, you know. Well, yeah, there's some people I do believe that are going to be pushing back. I mean, I knew this was all going to happen, but it's a lot to even if you knew it ahead of time for decades, it's a lot to get your mind around because you don't think other human beings are going to do something dirty to you. It's the same if you live with somebody that's kind of cold hearted. You can't really grasp. If you can think the worst thing you could do or say and try and put yourself in their shoes like that, you probably don't even scratch the surface of the amount of bile that's in their head, you know. So, oh, now I know Doug's working on the side of the house. That's good. There was a hole. So, yeah, it's old. We got an old house, but yeah, it's not easy to live around. It's not easy to think about. Um, it is really sad. I don't know. I really wonder how much longer it's gonna be going on. I wonder if they're really gonna carry it through to denying people food. I'm afraid they are for people, you know. Um, Especially people that are used to eating 3 times a day and never fasting, you know. Oh, I had a thought on the word fasting. Fasting. That maybe that's the fast thing that can get you closer to God if you don't have all that garbage inside you, you know. So fasting. Not calling God a thing or anything. Fast thing. Yeah, yeah, you're a fast thing. Uh, But it might make you a fast thing, is what I mean. So, I got some laundry done and I got my dishes done and fed the kitties, and um, that's about it today so far. Made a couple posts over on Facebook, and oh yeah, I had a military man try and contact me in my private messages, and I kept telling him no. I literally said no, thank you, and I only talk in public, or I'll talk over here on my YouTube channel. And once again, he goes like, "Well, does that mean that we can't talk here to get to know each other?" And I had already said I'm only interested in making good friends in my life. And it's like, how stupid is a person to keep pushing and pushing? That's an indication right there that I would never want to get close to a person like that. It's like if I tell you no one time, once is enough. And I made a post that said I have feral kitties that can take better directions than some of the top military, which is the truth. That's pretty sad, right? If I tell my kitty no, they'll run up to the house, and they used to run in, but now I tell them no, they stay right there. One time I said it once. It's just like a little kid. A little kid might push you, you know. You say no, 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 but you might have to get serious so they don't hurt themselves. Well, it's kind of where I'm at with the dark cabal nowadays. I'm getting serious so you don't hurt yourself. So you obviously don't appreciate the vessel that God gave you to live in because you're abusing other people with your gifts that were bestowed on you, you know. And so you don't deserve to have them, you know. So that's true. A person like that doesn't, not you in particular, you know, one of you that I love me and I love you. You know, you guys. I called you guys yesterday, which I try not to do. Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, you know. And then I heard a young woman, I was really proud of her and for her. She was talking about homeschooling, and she's got a junior and a sophomore that she's always homeschooled. And when she went to speak about her and her child, she said, "My child and I," not me and my child. You know, it's like I love that. That's respecting and honoring the other human being before yourself. It's like my friend and I put them first. It's just like over on Facebook too, or anywhere, you know. Um, Family's everything. Well, not really, not always. And or they'll say my family and I, or my family and my friends. I put my friends first. Um, if my family is truly my family, a part of me, they're already a part of me. So by me putting my friends first, I'm honoring them with the highest position. And as a human being to another one, that's what we should be doing. If we had more of that in the world. And like I said, I was really, really proud for that gracious young lady. Well, I'd say she's 40 ish, but could be my kid that age, you know. So, yeah, that was beautiful to hear. Talk about manners, you know, etiquette, you know, things that this world lost the last 30 or so years. I've watched it really go down the drain the last 20 years. People are, it's like me and Hank over here, not Hank and I, but me and Hank, you know. it bugs me. So, because people have lost honoring other people in that respect. I suppose if they're all animalistic with all their lusts that they can't control, well, then I guess you could say me and Hank, you know. But it would be Hank and I if it was a friend of mine, you know, or Sally and I, or whoever, you know. Well, I think that's about all I really have to talk about today. I just really wanted to touch on that, them taking away medical care from everybody, and especially some of the most desperate people in the world that need it more than anybody would be the emotionally handicapped, mentally unbalanced. Oh, sure, we really want more unbalanced people out in this world with no care. That's not too bright. So that's um, that's what's on my mind today. So, all right, everybody, thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.